Hey gang, Elizabeth here on the Dandysoap Channel, and today's DIY, believe it or not, is a Valentine's, but also for the spring. Now, I know everybody recognizes this booger from the Dollar Tree, the little red truck. We're going to convert this thing and make it look awesome. Some of this burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, your silver paint marker, if you don't want to change this, you don't have to. One of these signs, Love Each Moment from Dollar Tree, and some beautiful pics of flowers. I have these flowers that I got from Dollar Tree. So, with that being said, you'll also need your glue gun. Let's get started. Okay, gang, the first thing we want to do is take off all of our little pieces. You can probably reuse these on another DIY. Once you removed all of the trimmings, you know to just get a hold of the garland, and you'll find a starting point, usually somewhere on the lower area of these. And then it's just a matter of going back and forth and unwinding them. Also, on this particular one, the wheels will actually come undone, and then you can just unwrap the garland from them as well. Once you find the starting point, you usually get it going, and then it'll just unravel and come right off. So next thing that I want to do is I want to take this tree off, and I actually use my needle nose pliers for that. And I just want to remove that tree successfully. Now what I'm going to end up having to do is take these nubs off as well. And if you just pop them, be careful, you don't want to mess up your frame. But just pop those back. And then this part right here, I want to cut it as close as I can. And I can get that a little bit closer once I get my nubs broken off. And those literally, you can take a pair of scissors. The pliers work better, and you can get a pair at Dollar Tree, or if you have one in your toolbox. And then we want to cut that piece of plastic frame as close as we can get it. But try not to destroy your frame. Now once you removed your tree, you just want to go around the outer areas and remove the nubs, because we're going to be wrapping our frame with burlap ribbon, so we won't need these in our way. It'll make our application a lot smoother if those are off. And just pop those back. But if you'll bend them this way, they'll come off consistently without a problem. Now that we have our frame tabs cleaned off, take your sanding sponge and you can just sand the glitter from off of that board to prepare it for painting. Silver paint marker, I'm going to go over the gold leaf foliage. I don't want it to be gold. And additionally, I'm going to be using some of this ballet slipper from Waverly Chalks to do my heart. So I think I'll do the heart first. Now using my dependable chisel brush, I painted the heart in the ballet slipper. I used elephant to make the wood more authentic, and using the silver paint marker, I went over that foliage with silver, and then to give some dimension to my heart, I decided to go around it. Now at this point, we are wrapping our truck frame with tissue paper. This will give it a better base for the burlap to adhere to. And I'm showing you here how I started in the back. This truck frame has an indentation around the running board as well as the fender wells. And you'll see as we go along that I actually put 2 layers of that burlap ribbon onto my truck. Now if you're not interested in watching this part, you may fast forward ahead. And I trimmed that out where the tires will go back to. Now on these fender wells, I decided to take the more softer wire
trimmed ribbon, the burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I'm just working it here. And I left this section on the tape because I wanted you to be able to see how I go about kind of putting a little crease, and then I glued and tucked that under. And it just trimmed those fender wells out just perfect and just made them really pop. Now when I'm looking at my truck, I'm thinking it needs something more. So I decided to take my jute twine and I hot glued the running board area. I also did the bed of the truck, and you'll see that I also went around the door as well as the window. And boy, it just really made a difference with that jute twine. It just really gave it that old-fashioned look and made it pop. And so once I decided to do the tires, I did cut the nubs out from the outer edge, and taking half pieces and glued the burlap. And this is the dark burlap that came from Thanksgiving. It's just gorgeous. Now those little pieces of paper are silver. I did glue those back over the window and the tires. And voila, here we go. Now I took my putty knife and I cut my styrofoam block into chunks, and I glued them to the truck bed. This will give me a place to put my flower arrangements, and it turns out I didn't even glue the flowers into place. Now once I get that fixed, I glue it to the board. If you will, line up the truck and the board in direct line with the truck bed. Don't go beyond that point. Now we're going to decorate this booger. Look how great she turned out.
Truck attached to the board, and if you guys are following along, you've done the same. It's now time to start putting our flower arrangements in here. And I have chosen some roses along with some carnations, and I got these from the Dollar Tree as well. So let's see how we're going to fix this up, because we still want our silhouette of our heart to show, and we want our truck to show up, of course. And the styrofoam is going to help me be able to put my flower arrangements in here. Don't worry about this gold lettering that's showing right now, because a lot of that will get camouflaged by the flowers. And then I'm going to be using the word love up here in the metal letters. These come from Dollar Tree as well. And so it came in the Valentine's X's and O's, Valentine's and love. And I'm going to put that there. And as you can see, that's going to really camouflage. So let's move on to our flowers. And basically, like I said, I've got these three. Let me see how I work it out. So I believe to start off with, that first flower that I do, I want it somewhere just above the cab of the truck, and so that it's not, taken away from the looks of the heart as well. So I believe I'm going to start out with pink rose, and I'm going to cut this about 4 inches down. And that should give me a starting point, so that when I place this down into the styrofoam, I'll know. And then if I want to, I can move things around before I start gluing them into place. And at this point, I believe I am going to actually leave the leaves on this particular rose, because they don't look bad at all. They're actually quite attractive. And this fuchsia pink is just so lovely. It's just beautiful. It's really going to give us that shabby chic appeal that we're looking for. And I'm actually going to place it in the styrofoam just to kind of see if that's what I want. And I can move this around. And then I think I'll do a few more of these other flowers just to kind of get an idea and just make sure that that's what I'm wanting. And once again, I'm going to cut all these around 4 inches, because until I glue them into place, I still have the option of moving them about and just trying to get them settled where I think they would look best. And so that way, if you're doing any kind of flower arrangement, you'll be able to do the same with that styrofoam being in there. And then that way, if they are pushing up or making a really good base there, and so that we want this to look like it's just loads of flowers. And I may have to change the angle of these. I may have to just kind of put them in there and then move them about until I figure out exactly what's going to work the best. Okay, gang, if you look, I actually used only 3 carnations. I used 3 of the pink roses, and I only used 2 of the white roses. And it just looks really fantastic at this point. So now I'm going to prepare my word. And because I have these holes up here from the hanger, I'm actually going to use some ribbon to tie that. And I believe I'm going to create me a bow out of this beautiful pink burlap ribbon. So, as you guys know, I always do try to size up how big I want my bow. And I may just actually put one right in the middle. Let's see. Let's bring our words back over here. Now, I know that my word love is going to be somewhere right there about the heart. Now, whenever you're doing the metal lettering, I've told you guys from past videos that we've done that we need to use our sand sponge. And what that does is that kind of gives the metal a memory, and it like almost pretty much removes some of the shine, and it will give better adhesion so that your metal letters won't come right off of your sign, because the slightest little disturbance, they'll come off even with hot glue, unless you E600 or E6000. So if you'll rough that up and just kind of get some little scratches on it, then whenever you go to hot glue it, it'll stay adhered to your sign, no matter which kind of sign you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on and have it done. And do know that the metal is going to heat up whenever you're putting this glue gun to it. And I've got it on low temp where I've been doing the flowers, so got to move kind of swift with it. So let's look at our bow and the side. And I may just try to use all of this that I've got left. And then that way I don't have anything left over. And just make my bow. This with the bells that I might can rob off of it and use it. Let's. And the great thing about, the reason why I'm making this is kind of a farmhouse, shabby chic Valentine, and I can use it during the spring. As you guys know, bring mine together, and I always check at halfway mark. And the way that I do that is if you want to make sure that you got to have that tail just beyond the center, and just to check and see where your halfway point's going to be. See how that end is going just beyond the halfway point. And if it is folded and tucked, that looks pretty good. So, the way I do it is I cut just beyond the halfway point. And I know that if I fold those, I fold and tuck, just like that right there. Now what I will do is I will then take my leftover piece and I will cut me a piece fairly wide on this particular bow. Punch this up so you could actually fold and pinch it. You can take it around the center, bring it to the back, and just a small amount of glue, guys. Make just kind of an innocent bow. Then I can make me some tails out of this. And to dovetail, you just turn it to one side. You want to say put your wire to the outside, going this way. And if you're right-handed, you will cut towards the wire. So you'll make a cut at an angle and go in towards the wire. And there you got your dovetails. So now this can be the tails of the bow. And all you have to do, because this is a wire, you can scrunchie it together, or if you want to, you can actually twist it. And now you have tails to your bow. Just like that. Now we have our bow made. Just lickety split that quick. And then we can take these, and sometimes it's just better to take your fingers and roll it up. Just turn and then turn back up. So it almost looks like the bow is flowing in the wind. Hearts from the Dollar Tree. I may just take one of these wooden ones. Let's just try it out. See how that looks. That looks really cute. Having the bow plus the heart on the door. Now, this sticker, it sticks, but it ain't very trustworthy. It's not no assurance, and a very small amount of glue is all it takes. So I will put that heart there on the door. Back here on the tailgate. That looks cute too. I think I'll do that. I think I'll just put my bow back here on the tailgate. Now it's just a matter of deciding how long I want my ribbon. I'm literally putting it on the corner up here. There we have it, guys. What do you think? I know it's hard to see the whole thing, but it turned out absolutely gorgeous. Isn't it pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. It's got that delicate softness of the sign with the love on it. And it's pink. And when this thing is hanging up, you'll see just how lovely it is. It's just really pretty. Well, you guys, we have arrived at the end of this DIY. I thank you for coming along with me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please hit that subscribe button. A little bell will come up, and you can select all, or you can personalize it. Additionally, you can save this to your watch file and watch later, or do it at another time. All you do is create where it has the plus sign. Just click on that. It'll pop open. It'll say, do you want to create a board? If you haven't already created a playlist, you can create one. Projects to do later, Valentine's DIY, little truck, whatever your interest is, you can name your board. And if you haven't shared this with a friend, please do, family or friend, and on all your social media channels. Also, you can pin us on Pinterest, and definitely tag me on Instagram if you do any of the projects, or if there's any kind of project that you're doing. I would love to see what it is. Come over to the Facebook Dandysoap DIY channel, over to the Facebook page. You'll see the link down below, and join the actual Dandysoap DIY page. Until the next DIY, this is Elizabeth saying thank you for coming along. Have a very happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you enjoy this little farmhouse shabby chic style little pink truck. Until next DIY, this is Elizabeth, over and out. Bye, guys.